Israel says it has rescued 2 of the hostages being held in Gaza, and Egypt is warning Israel against launching a military operation in Rafah, where most of the enclave's Palestinian residents have fled for safety. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The Israeli military says it has freed 2 hostages abducted by Hamas on October 7th. Israeli Defense Forces spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner told CNN they were found in southern Gaza.
Louis Har and Fernando Marman are in good condition. We have conducted a combined special operations mission in Rafah, in a residential area, in the civilian building they were being held, on the second story of that building.
The rescue came in the midst of heavy airstrikes in Rafah. Officials in Gaza say scores of Palestinians have been killed and wounded in those strikes. Meanwhile, Egypt is rejecting a possible Israeli military operation in the southern Gaza region of Rafah. The area borders Egypt's Sinai Peninsula, and NPR's Abed reports it's where nearly 1.5 million displaced Palestinians have fled for safety.
Egypt's foreign ministry says an Israeli military operation in Rafah will have, quote, dire consequences, and that targeting the area is part of a policy aimed at displacing Palestinians. Egyptians fear any displacement of people from Gaza into Egypt would be permanent. Egyptian intelligence officials tell NPR the government is studying a list of actions if Israeli troops enter Rafah, including suspending Egypt's peace treaty with Israel. Aid groups and countries, including the UAE, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, have also warned against an Israeli operation in southern Gaza. The White House says President Joe Biden told Israel's prime minister in a call Sunday that a military operation in Rafah shouldn't proceed without a credible and executable plan that ensures the safety of Palestinian civilians there. Aya Batrawi, NPR News.
President Biden welcomes Jordan's King Abdullah to the White House later today. Jordan has participated in efforts to try to bring about a pause in the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. Jordan is also a close U.S. ally. Jury deliberations are set to begin today in federal court in San Antonio. The case involves the death of a toddler from Guatemala in a Texas holding facility. Texas Public Radio's Jerry Clayton has more.
Attorneys for Yasmin Juarez alleged her daughter Marie died in May 2018 from complications from an illness she contracted at the South Texas Family Residential Center, an immigration and customs enforcement detention facility run by a private contractor. The plaintiff says children were bedded too close together and sick children were not isolated away from others at the center in Dilley, Texas. They claimed the center was overcrowded and the girl checked in with a clean bill of health. Attorneys for Tennessee-based Civic Corp, which operates the detention center, say federal government officials never declared conditions were crowded. They also argued the girl could have contracted viruses while in crowds and buses associated with the pair's long journey from Guatemala to South Texas. I'm Jerry Clayton in San Antonio.
This is NPR News.